Quan Si Quam theme, delighted to accompany you in today. When mentioning dangerous professions in the political world, people likely think immediately of the South Korean president, as most presidents of this country have not met favorable ends. Some went into exile, some were assassinated, others had their assets seized or served prison sentences. Therefore, some believe that the South Korean presidential office, known as the Blue House, is cursed. Anyone who steps in will not have a good outcome. S. Big Brother, the United States, ISN. Throughout its over 200-year history since founding, the U.S. has had 9 presidents assassinated while in office. Of these, 4 died, and additionally, 4 other presidents passed away due to illness while serving. From 1776 to now, the U.S. has had a total of 45 people sworn in as president. If including those who narrowly escaped assassination, including Donald Trump, who barely dodged a bullet, then the danger rate for U.S. presidents reaches 31%. This makes one wonder whether the immense power of the U.S. presidency is related to the feng shui of the White House. It may sound unbelievable, but feng shui indeed has a significant influence in the Western world. Former President Donald Trump is very fond of feng shui, even using it to turn around his business misfortunes. There are many theories discussing the feng shui of the Forbidden City and the curse of South Korea's Blue House. It's time for us to explore the feng shui of the White House, one of the places directly impacting humanity. Why does a country that emphasizes women's rights like the US rarely have a female president? Does Trump's renovation of the presidential office in the White House relate to his birth chart? Why does Elon Musk support Trump so strongly? Is this preordained in their destinies? And what outcomes will bold reformers like Musk and Trump face? All these mysteries will be decoded in today's video. The White House is located at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C., the capital and political center of the United States. This is the residence and workplace of U.S. presidents and their families. Washington, D.C. is the only area not part of any state, situated between Maryland and Virginia, and is directly managed by the U.S. Congress. The White House was built starting in 1792, with its location chosen by the first U.S. president, George Washington. The construction took 8 years and was completed in 1800 at a total cost of $232,000. However, Washington had left office in 1797 and passed away from illness in 1799. So he did not live to see the building completed. The first person to move into the White House was the second president, John Adams, just a few months before his term ended. From then on, the White House officially became the residence and workplace of U.S. presidents. During the War of 1812 between the U.S. and Britain, also seen as the Second War for Independence, British troops invaded Washington on August 24, 1814, and set fire to the White House. After the fire, only the limestone walls and interior bricks remained. In 1815, after the war ended, architect James Hogan oversaw the reconstruction of the White House over 2 years. To cover the burn marks, the entire exterior walls were painted completely white. The White House. From then on, the name White House officially came into being. Before that, it was still called the Presidential Mansion or the President's Residence. Today's White House is a vast structure, formed after multiple expansions and renovations over the years. The overall layout includes the central building along with the east and west wings, connected by 2 long corridors, forming an imposing architecture with 132 rooms. The main gate is on the north side, facing Lafayette Square, while the south side overlooks the Oval Lawn, where national leader welcoming ceremonies often take place, and is also the landing spot for the President's Marine One helicopter. Therefore, the south gate with its semicircular design often appears in the media, even though the official gate of the White House is on the north side. The main building has 6 floors, including 4 above-ground levels and 2 basement levels. The 2 basements are primarily used as laundry rooms, equipment storage, archives, and technical function rooms. The first basement has a lower ceiling than the second. The upper floor, also known as the state floor, connects many important rooms through the central hall. On the south side of this floor is the oval-shaped diplomatic reception room, where the U.S. President often welcomes heads of state and ambassadors. Additionally, to the west is the map room, once used as President Roosevelt's strategy study room during World War II. To the east is the China room, which displays porcelain dinnerware sets, used by presidents over more than 200 years of service. This floor also includes a library, office, silver and gold room, kitchen, management office, and even a solarium. The second floor, also called the state floor, has a central corridor known as the cross hall. To the east is the East Room, the largest room in the White House, with a capacity of over 300 guests, often used for important ceremonies. To the south are 3 prominent rooms with distinctive colors: the Red Room, the Green Room, and the Blue Room. To the west is the State Dining Room, where formal dinners for up to 140 guests are held. Nearby is a smaller dining room, reserved for the President's family. The third and fourth floors are the private living quarters of the President's family. Bedroom, the First Lady. The top floor is a relaxation area with a south-facing sitting room, a favorite spot for the family, thanks to the panoramic view of Washington, D.C. The east wing of the White House is where the First Lady works and features a large movie theater, where the President and family can watch any film, even before its public release. This is also where some important take place. Meanwhile, the real center of power lies in the West Wing, which houses the President's main office. The West Wing has 3 floors, with the second floor containing the famous Oval Office, the President's office, the Cabinet Room, and other work areas. Adjacent to the West Colonnade is the Press Briefing Room, where meetings with the media occur. Beneath the lawn is a sturdy hidden bunker built during President Roosevelt's time in World War II. Capable of withstanding nuclear attacks and located as deep as 6 floors underground. Later, this place was renovated into the President's Emergency Operations Center, equipped with 10 centimeters thick steel doors and a decontamination room right after the entrance. After the 9/11 event, President Bush, Vice President Dick Cheney, and other high-ranking officials were brought here for safety. Although completely sealed, the bunker has enough air for 48 hours and is fully stocked with food, water, and medical supplies. In the 1980s, President Reagan had additional secret tunnels built under the White House. One of them connects the bunker to the Oval Office via a secret passage. It can be opened with a hidden switch on the wall. In case of an emergency evacuation, the President has at least 2 other escape routes. One leads to the Treasury Department with a hidden entrance on H Street, and another opens to the South Lawn, where the President can quickly board when anyone to leave. Next, let's look at the White House from a feng shui perspective. Although there are many entrances, the north door is the main gate, so the White House has a layout facing north with its back to the south. Notably, the south and north gates of the main building are precisely on the meridian line, connecting the Earth's north and south magnetic poles. This is completely opposite to the layout of the Forbidden City in Beijing. The Forbidden City has Jinshan Mountain as a backing behind it, forming a feng shui layout of mountain dragon and house, whereas the White House is considered a water dragon. The differences will be analyzed in more detail later. Let's talk about the White House. The meridian line connecting the Earth's north and south magnetic poles carries very strong magnetic energy. This magnetic flow easily generates healing energy. Therefore, in Yangzhai Feng Shui, people usually avoid building houses exactly aligned with the 4 cardinal directions: due north, due south, due east. If the residents of the house lack sufficient internal energy, they are easily overwhelmed by healing energy. Meanwhile, the Forbidden City in Beijing was built with its central axis offset by about 2 degrees and 10 minutes from the north-south meridian line. This offset is not accidental, but a deliberate choice by the designers to position the Forbidden City's center at the extreme points of Bingzi and Bingwu, while avoiding the strong magnetic flow of the Earth's poles. Returning to the White House from an aerial view, we can easily recognize the eastern, western, and northern rows of the White House grounds, arranged in a fan shape radiating outward. It looks very similar to the arrangement in the old palace rose pageant diagram. These rows lie exactly on the boundaries between the hexagrams and the 8 trigrams, indicating that the entire layout seems to have been intentionally arranged. Behind the lighthouse, there are 2 rivers, the Anacostia River and the Potomac River. In areas without mountains, rivers are considered the dragon veins. This is regarded as a very auspicious feng shui configuration. According to the principles, the courtyard governs population, water governs wealth, mountains, rivers and water govern fortune, so the lighthouse being situated on the water dragon configuration can explain why after World War II, the US became a global financial and economic center. However, this water dragon configuration is not entirely perfect. According to Trendland CUC, the intersection of the Anacostia River and the Potomac River is called the watermouth, located exactly at the 4 positions of the lighthouse. This place in feng shui is called the yellow spring 8 killing water, meaning the water flow carries killing. In the earthly branch system, C is the 6th position, corresponding to the snake zodiac. History records that the US has had 6 presidents born in the year of the snake, of which 4 passed away while in office. The 9th president, William Henry Harrison, served only 31 days before dying of illness. President Abraham Lincoln was the first president to be assassinated. Franklin D. Roosevelt died of a cerebral hemorrhage, and John F. Kennedy was assassinated. Not only that, the years of the snake in U.S. history are often accompanied by serious events such as, in 1941, the year of Shin-Si, the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor occurred. In 2001, the year of Shin-Si, the 9/11 incident took place. You might think it's just a random coincidence, but it's hard to ignore this connection with the eerie of catching killing water in feng shui. If we shift our view to the front of the White House, we'll see the road leading to the main hall violates the rushing fury configuration, meaning the river's energy flows straight in, although there is a roundabout about a kilometer away from the White House. To somewhat dissolve that killing energy, negative energy still persists. That's why, in the years of the snake, the US often experiences serious hurt. For example, in 1972, the year of Ren Z, the Watergate scandal erupted, shaking American politics. In 2008, the year of Wu Z, Lehman Brothers went bankrupt, triggering a global financial crisis. In 2020, the year of Gen Z, the COVID-19 pandemic broke out, leaving the entire US nearly paralyzed for a long time. Still according to Trendland CUC, the fact that the US has never had a female president may also be related to the feng shui configuration. In feng shui, there is the principle of sand and water meaning sand represents tall structures belonging to yang, while water symbolizes low-lying water flows belonging to yin. Where sand is needed, there must be tall structures to supplement energy. Where water is needed, there must be gentle flows to reduce excess energy. If a location needs water but has sand, or needs sand but encounters water, both are unfavorable points. In the later Heaven 8 trigrams diagram, the Old Palace, the positions with low energy are Kan, Kun, Chen, Shui, numbered from 1 to 4. The positions with high energy are Qian, Yui, Chen, Li, numbered from 6 to 9. The central position is the Middle Palace number 5. Low energy positions need to be cleansed of killing energy with tall architectural. High energy positions need to have their conflict reduced with water, low and soft objects. Based on this rule, one can also analyze the layout of their own home. Considering the context of the lighthouse, the surrounding water flows are all located to the south, west, and southwest, in which the southwest belongs to Kun. According to the Bagua, Qian symbolizes pure yang for men, Kun symbolizes pure yin for women. Kun corresponds to the number 2, suitable for encounters, but at that position, a flaw appeared. This means it's difficult for a woman to become the master of the White House. Recall in 2016, when Trump faced Hillary Clinton, many were very confident that Hillary would win. But in the end, the email scandal occurred, causing her to dramatically lose the chance to become the first female president. Not only the external layout, but the interior structure of the White House also has some minor issues. For example, the kitchen of the main building is located in the northwest, i.e., the position of the Qian trigram, symbolizing the male head of the household. However, the kitchen belongs to the fire element, while Qian belongs to metal. This creates a situation of fire burning the head of the cake, easily causing disadvantage. Could this be the reason why US presidents often face dangers while in office? One peculiar thing is that Trump himself publicly admitted his belief in feng shui in an interview with the New York Times. Do you still think this is just a coincidence? This photo was taken in June 1995, during the groundbreaking ceremony for the Trump International Hotel in New York. It was a rare occasion by Trump, usually the media focus, stepped aside, giving the central position to his personal feng shui master, Tian-Shan Yan. The connection between Trump and feng shui began in the early 1990s, when he was still a real estate developer. At that time, he purchased a 77-acre plot of land on the west side of Manhattan next to the Hudson River. But by the late 1980s, the U.S. real estate market plummeted, turning this land into a hot potato in Trump's hands. Unable to develop it and lacking funds to repay several banks, his financial situation fell into a serious crisis. Finding no domestic partners, Trump was forced to seek investors from the East. At that time, two real estate tycoons from Hong Kong, Cheng Ta-shun, the other Cheng Hu-dong, the founder of the Sui-on Group, expressed interest in this land. However, their first condition was to check the feng shui before purchasing. Manhattan is naturally surrounded by the Hudson River to the west and the East River to the east, forming an extremely ideal feng shui configuration, a water dragon. The feng shui masters brought by the two tycoons were all satisfied with this location. The deal with the Hong Kong tycoons was completed smoothly, helping Trump escape a severe financial crisis at the time. This was also his first exposure to the concept of feng shui. And from then on, it was as if a door to a new world had opened. In 1994, the General Electric Pension Fund, Gap Bridge Company, and Trump's real estate group jointly took over a building in the Oxford West Side area of Manhattan, New York. With the goal of renovating it into a hotel combined with luxury apartments. That building later became the famous Trump International Hotel. However, before starting the renovation, Trump noticed something strange. Although the building was located in a prime spot near Central Park, not far from Broadway. Since its construction in 1967, it had always been deserted, and by the early 1990s, it officially went bankrupt. General Electric and Gap Bridge acquired the building and entrusted Trump with its renovation and operation. While pondering why such a valuable location lacked guests, he suddenly remembered the feng shui beliefs of the Hong Kong tycoons he had collaborated with. Perhaps hiring a feng shui master to re-examine the building wasn't a bad idea. Through an introduction, he invited a very famous Chinese feng shui master in New York, Tian-Shan Jushi. Tian-Shan Jushi is an expert of the Tian-Shan sect, proficient in feng shui, fortune-telling, and divination. His daughter, Tian-Shan Yan, learned the craft from her father from a young age, becoming the 12th generation expert of the Tian-Shan sect. This time, Tian-Shan Jushi decided to let his daughter take charge of the feng shui assessment, and this also became her first feng shui project. It is from here that we have the famous 1995 photo, where Trump stands in the background. And Tian-Shan Yan is honored in a central position during the groundbreaking ceremony. With her excellent ability and intuition, Tian-Shan Yan quickly identified the problem. The building is located near the Columbus Circle traffic roundabout, where several major roads intersect, creating chaotic energy flow and accumulating negative energy. Additionally, the main entrance of the building directly faces the roundabout, receiving all the negative energy flow. She proposed changing the direction of the main entrance and face Central Park instead, simultaneously constructing an artistic globe-shaped structure on the southern bank adjacent to the rotating room to form the symbol of a dragon holding a pearl, neutralizing negative energy from all directions. With the water formation surrounded by Hudson River and that river resembling a dragon's head and mouth, the globe in front of Chung Tower becomes the bright pearl in the dragon's mouth, bringing fortune, wealth, and energy. Indeed, after the renovation, the building attracted numerous customers and profits soared. In 2010, the British magazine The Telegraph published an article titled, "How Feng Shui Saved Donald Trump." Later, in an interview with the New York Times, Trump frankly shared that no one wants to miss an opportunity to get rich. Feng Shui can help you surpass your competitors. He added, "You don't need to believe whether Feng Shui works or not. I just know it helps me make money." On January 20, 2017, Donald Trump officially took the oath of office as president. A few observant people noticed that he had changed the interior of the Oval Office. The red curtains from Obama's time were replaced with gold curtains. Other interior details like chairs, carpets, and wallpaper were also changed to light gold tones. Many newspapers at the time criticized him for showing off, thinking he preferred gold because it represents wealth and luxury. However, behind those gold curtains might lie a deeper feng shui meaning. In 2017, the year of the rooster in the lunar calendar and in the flying star feng shui system, each year the stars or flying stars move to different positions in the 9-grid chart. That year, the 4 unfavorable houses Jian, Yui, Li, and Kun, covering the northwest, west, south, and southwest directions, were all affected by negative stars. Coincidentally, the Oval Office is in the west wing of the White House, exactly in the Lead House, where that year the negative star 8-1 shift. Red color belongs to the fire element, and wood generates fire, which would make the negative star even more harmful. Meanwhile, gold belongs to the metal element, and metal overcomes wood, which can somewhat neutralize the negative impact. If Trump's team really had such feng shui consultation, then the interior changes were not accidental. On July 13, 2024, at a campaign rally in the battleground state of Pennsylvania, Trump narrowly escaped death at 6:11 p.m. local time, while he was giving an impassioned speech on stage. A series of unexpected gunshots rang out. Trump bent down holding his ear. A bullet grazed his. If he hadn't just turned his head to the right at that moment, he might have been shot and killed on the spot. Secret Service agents immediately rushed to shield Trump. The attacker fired a total of 8 shots, killing 1 person and seriously injuring 2 others. The gunman hid on the roof of a building near the stage and was later shot dead. In the face of imminent danger, Trump maintained remarkable composure. "Get me my shoes." Trump said it at least twice. After putting on his shoes, he stepped off the stage to the cheers of the crowd. "Fight, fight, fight." That very image became a major turning point, consolidating his electoral advantage. Immediately after the assassination attempt, Elon Musk posted 3 messages on X to support. In the first post, he declared he would fully support Trump in the election campaign. The second post was a photo of Trump raising a fist defiantly despite just being shot. In the third post, Musk wrote, "Not since Roosevelt a century ago has America had such a resilient president." Based on this, it can be said that Trump has a great destiny. When he publicly criticized Obama in 2011, Trump released his birth certificate, clearly stating he was born on June 14, 1946, at 10:54 a.m. Accordingly, his Aussie 4 pillars of destiny is Bing Wu, Ja Wu. His destiny pattern clearly shows strong earth and fire elements, very suitable for real estate and politics. Especially, Trump's Aussie has many combinations, indicating strong communication skills, relationship building, and the ability to attract others. Strangely, Trump's Bozzy has many similarities with the founding Bozzy of the United States on July 4, 1776. Both have a heavenly stance jaw, name, G, with 4 out of the first 6 characters completely identical. Some believe that this coincidence created a strange fate, helping Trump reach the peak of power twice. In 2024, the Year of the Dragon is also the year Trump clashes with the Red Hoop, conflicting with the Year of the Dog. During a clashing year, people are prone to unexpected disasters, especially for those at the center of political turmoil like Trump. Moreover, 2024 marks his transition into a new cycle, from the Year of the Ox to the Year of the Tiger. This year signifies strong fluctuations in fortune. But Trump, with his inherently strong destiny, survived an assassination attempt, and on January 20, 2025, he officially took the oath as the 47th President of the United States. Elon Musk was also present at the ceremony. Immediately after taking office, Trump signed an executive order to establish the Department of Justice, abbreviated as, with Musk at the helm, initiating a comprehensive reform. In the first month, the Performance Department disrupted the entire federal system, similar to when taking over Twitter, where 80% of employees were laid off. Now, he reapplies that rapid strategy to the government. February 14, 2025, approximately 75,000 federal employees had voluntarily left their positions. Additionally, over 9,500 were directly fired, totaling nearly 85,000 staff reductions. Not stopping there, the performance department did a major audit with breakthrough methods. Instead of using thousands of auditors as traditionally done, Musk used artificial intelligence AI to aggregate data from all agencies. Using algorithms to track cash flow and detect anomalies, he doesn't care whether the budget usage process complies with regulations or not. Trump and Musk, two names always controversial, are now together shaking America and changing how agencies operate. In the campaign to track the federal budget, Musk doesn't care about how spending is right or wrong. He focuses on one thing only: where the money went and what it was used for. This overhaul is led by a group called the Performance Department, with a core of 6 genius youths, averaging only about 25 years old. The youngest just 19, having recently graduated high school. Due to their passion and storm-like speed of action. Among the targeted goals, the DEI project, short for diversity, equity, and inclusion, became a major thorn in Musk's side. Musk publicly declared that DEI is distorting the principle of talent-based hiring, instead favoring ethnicity and gender. In December 2024, he wrote on X that DEI must die, emphasizing that justice cannot be based on reverse bias. The underlying cause stems from Musk's eldest son publicly transitioning, leading to major family conflict. As a result, numerous federal DEI programs were halted. Personnel were put on unpaid leave, and many offices risked permanent closure. Not stopping there, on February 2nd, Musk continued to target the United States Agency for International Development, accusing it of being a wasteful organization with corrupt activities. Particularly a shocking $50 million cash grant to the country of Ghana, which has only over 2 million people. However, the media quickly refuted this, claiming the figure was fabricated and baseless. On February 22nd, Trump praised Musk on social media, saying he could be even more aggressive. This deeply divided the American people. According to a February survey, 58% of people worry that budget cuts and mass layoffs would delay public services. By February 26th, the media reported that 21 FNC department employees simultaneously submitted resignations. They declared they do not want to use technological skills to eliminate public services. Musk's legal status at this agency is also being questioned. Legally, the FNC department is not an official federal agency passed by Congress, but merely a special committee. Musk's minister title is essentially just a special advisor, a position easily dismissed if there is strong opposition. In early February, a video surfaced showing Musk with a tired expression saying, "I told the board of directors, if anything unexpected happens to me, this is the person I propose as my successor." The video was edited and widely circulated with a sensational headline, claiming Musk made a will because he feared us, but in reality, this video was recorded in May 2023. During an interview with the Wall Street Journal, before the election and completely unrelated to current controversies. However, the question remains, if they continue with strong reforms, where will both Trump and Musk end up? According to Musk's biography, he was born on June 28, 1971, at 7:30 a.m. in Pretoria, South Africa. Some astrologers suggest adjusting the birth month due to the southern hemisphere having opposite seasons to the northern hemisphere, but others, if not adjusted. Musk's 8 characters are Shin Hai, Jia Wu, Jia Shen, Mei Mao. Among these, his day pillar, Jia Shen, represents himself. There is a notable coincidence in the 8 characters of Musk and Trump having many similar elements. Jia combining with Ji is a heavenly sun combination. Earthly branches Si and Shen also combine, forming a heaven-earth combination, a very precious type of fate combination in astrology, indicating excellent collaborative ability. Trump enters the Ren-Yin love cycle starting in 2020, while Musk's birth year is Shin Hai, forming a Yin-Hai combination. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to the Shadow_Archives channel to see the latest videos. Subscribe to the Gian Migo channel so you don't miss exciting videos. Please subscribe to the shadow_archives channel to see the latest videos. At the beginning of 2028, he also enters a period of peak prosperity. In 2026, Trump encounters the triple fire combination, Yang Wu-Shu consolidating the triple combination in his 8 characters which originally favor fire and earth. This helps Trump consolidate power and develop politics to his peak. However, the 5 elements need balance. Excessive fire can harm the cardiovascular system and brain. Therefore, Trump in 2026 is very likely to encounter health problems. Even though his power remains at its peak. By the second half of 2028, Trump enters a water cycle, which he inherently dislikes, so he will face declining luck. At the time when his term will end, according to the US Constitution, Trump cannot run for election again. In summary, Trump is very likely to complete his second term before peak, ending his political career at its peak. As for Musk, with his rising fortune, he will enter a brilliant phase. That Trump once had in both career and space ambitions. In your opinion, what will be the fate of these two powerful men? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments section.